So I heard this going over the last 15, 20 years or so that apparently Steven Tyler says he turned down the chance to join Led Zeppelin. Said that they fallen out with Robert Plant and those cats had reached out to him, Jimmy Page, uh, and John Paul Jones and them Robert Plant had fallen out. Now I can't confirm exactly what date or period this was, but this was a story. What would I have thought about that? I couldn't really see Steven Tyler with Led Zeppelin, but I could. Let me explain. That's gonna sound cap, it's crazy, but let me explain. The blues-based grooves that Zeppelin did would have definitely felt in right at home with Steven Tyler there. But yet, Robert Plant got like a different type of vibe. So, in one hand, it kind of would work, but in another hand, it would seem kind of awkward because Page and Plant have a more heavier rooted thing going. Um, Aerosmith's thing is more aerial. It has a different type of tone. So when I hear uh, the musicianship that Aerosmith plays with as opposed to Zeppelin, there's a more heaviness with Zeppelin, you know. I always kind of thought of Aerosmith as kind of like a light version of what the Stones were doing, you know, but catchy. That's what I thought of. So when I listen to them, that's kind of the vibe I get, you know. So when I hear the musicianship, but this is a whole different set. Now, could it have worked for like a song or two? Could it have worked for like, something that, uh, you know, maybe for like a maybe for a tour? I don't know. I think there's certain placements. It's kind of hard to reduplicate that. It's a similarity, but it's different. When I hear Joe Perry's tone with Aerosmith, I it's different than Jimmy Page's blast with Led Zeppelin. It's two different types of musicianship, the organic feel and vibe. Zeppelin has more of a harder type of, it's the power of the drums, of course, the late John Bonham, and that alone is why. But I'm not saying Steven Tyler couldn't have. I think, though, his voice back in the day would have worked with Stairway to Heaven. I don't know about how it is, what he became in later. But this is interesting that, of course they would probably run to him because of similarity in the stylings, but then it's different. It's like you could see it, but then you can't because Zeppelin has a different way that they hit, the totality. So just kind of put that there in that motion. But it's an interesting, strange mix that in some form of capacity, it could kind of make sense, but in some strange capacity, it couldn't work. So, but anyway, Steven Tyler said he turned them down. He says, we got our own thing. Y'all got your own thing. I wouldn't want to do that. I couldn't see Robert playing with Aerosmith. I couldn't see it because the whole thing would be just like kind of a notch below. Now, if you ask me who was the better band, I'm going to tell you it's Zeppelin. Ask me who stayed catchier, reinvented their wheel, I'm going to tell you Aerosmith. That's kind of how I would put it. And you see, Zeppelin's been living off of what they did. Now, ask me who I think rocks harder, grooved harder, I'm going to tell you Zeppelin. But ask me who was more impressive, was able to flip the script, it's Aerosmith. So they both have their pros and their minuses. But anyway, I thought I would bring that up. But let me know what you think. Could you have seen Steven Tyler taking the lead in Led Zeppelin? Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share if you like, and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.